This is for entertainment purposes only, family. So the High Court has suspended the Kenya US health deal. This is like breaking news. They said a conservatory order is hereby issued suspending, staying, and restraining the respondents, whether by themselves, their agents, or assigns, from implementing or giving effect to the health cooperation framework executed between the government of Kenya and the government of the United States of America. Hey! So, yeah, the suspension applies insofar as the agreement provides for or facilitates the transfer, sharing, or dissemination of medical, epidemiological, or sensitive personal health data. This is great. This is absolutely great. This is a big win. And shockingly, like Liberia, I mean, poorly for them, they just signed the same deal. You know, they started with Kenya and they were moving to 41 other countries because Kenya, as I always tell you, family, is a gateway nation. If it works here, it's going to penetrate the rest of Africa. It's like the portal to Africa is through Kenya. That's why Kenya was chosen for the revival. Anyway, I'm getting too carried away. But yes, something is working in our favor and we have something to celebrate. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why we have the watchdogs of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and we stand in solidarity with the recent decision that has been made by the High Court of Kenya, issuing a conservatory order stopping the implementation of the Kenya-US health deal that was recently signed by President William Ruto when he actually visited the United States. The said deal saw Kenya hand over critical health data to the government of the United States so that the government of the United States could use the specimen that have been gathered so far by the Kenyan laboratories to actually conduct experiments so that they can develop they can go ahead to develop cure for different diseases all over the world. Kenya was the first country, as you have been informed in the video clip that has started by one activist, Daktari Mombi Seraki. Now, yesterday, it is when the senator of Busia County, Senator Okiyah Omtatah, filed the petition stopping the said deal from being implemented all over the country. And we are happy that we are seeing that actually something is working in favor of Kenyans, and not everything actually is controlled by the state. Are we together? You know, the said deal saw Kenya acquire a 280 billion Kenyan shillings so that actually it would implement the said deal between Kenya and the government of the United States. Now, according to the news that have hit headlines this morning, is that the said deal has been suspended. The High Court of Kenya temporarily suspended the implementation of the Kenya shillings 208 the deal between Kenya and the United States. Justice Bahati Mwamuye issued a conservatory order barring the government from implementing or sharing health data with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, until the application filed by Consumer Federation of Kenya, COFEC, is heard and determined. And also, in support of the said petition, also the application filed by the senator of Busia, Senator Okiyah Omtatah. The judge directed the Health Ministry, Foreign Affairs Ministry, and the Attorney General to respond to the claims and appear before Justice Lawrence Mugambi for mention in February 2026. Now, this comes a day after President William Ruto assured the country that the Kenya-United States Health Cooperation Framework will not take advantage of Kenyans or shortchange the country. The president said the agreement is anchored on solid legal ground and guided by the principle of security and the interest of the people of the Republic of Kenya. He explained that the agreement will not undermine the rights of Kenyans, including on health data. The president pointed out that the Office of the Attorney General examined the agreement thoroughly and ensured that Kenyan's law governing data takes precedence. Our goal is crystal clear. Our focus is lesser sharp, and our resolve and determination is that of still in making sure that we not only centralize the interest of the people of Kenya, but also pursue what is good for our nation, he said. He went on to say that nobody and no government will take advantage of the people of Kenya or the government of Kenya as long as I am president. President Ruto was speaking when he chaired the 12th National and County Governments Coordinating Summit at State House, Nairobi, on Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. You know, the real question or something that is actually barring this implementation of the said bill is because Kenyans are asking questions. Kenyans are asking, why did the president rush to sign the said bill? And why didn't the president actually involve the people of the Republic of Kenya in a public participation kind of thing before actually going ahead to submit or to actually sign the said deal? Because, you know, Kenya became the first country in Africa to actually sign, not only in Africa, all over the world, to actually sign this deal. Now, the question that was lingering among the minds of many Kenyans, you know, the deal gives the government of the United States to actually just bypass everything and seek the specimen collected by, all the specimen collected by the government of Kenya to be handed over to the government of the United States without any question from any county government all over the country, with all over the 47 counties. The government, the United States can actually request that today they need all the data of the people or the specimen of the people that has been collected in the counties of Nairobi. And those specimen are just added over to them with no question or anybody trying to bar them. Now, the High Court of Kenya says that this bill is not going to be implemented if Kenyans are not involved. You know, you are collecting data involving the people of the Republic of Kenya. You cannot do that without people of the Republic of Kenya being in agreement with it. Unajua, what the government of the United States wants, if they want actually to create a, let's say, to create a dose or to create a vaccine of a certain disease that has currently been discovered in Kenya, they will just come out there, seek the data or the specimen or from the said disease that has been collected in Kenya to be added over to them, and they go ahead to create that vaccine or that dose. And once they create that dose, first they have to actually deal with the disease in their country before coming to deal with it in Kenya or to treat it in Kenya. And that is what so many Kenyans feel that this deal has violated their rights. And let me tell you, this is one of the reasons that I am happy with the High Court of Kenya. You know, if we actually have one independent body that is not compromised by President William Ruto and the executive, we can actually be sure that this institution will actually maintain the sovereignty of our country. Because you know what we are having in our country right now, the justice system working in conjunction with the executive, it is something that can actually ruin this republic and actually destroy our constitution. And that is why we are happy of something like this happening. We are sure if in 2027 a general election is conducted and people feel that the win that has been added over to certain candidates or even to the president is not uh, the right thing to do, then the people can go ahead and file a claim at the High Court of the Republic of Kenya or even at the Supreme Court, and then a panel will be formed and the panel will rule without being influenced by anybody. And that is why we say, long live Justice Bahati Mwamuye and other judges of the High Court of the Republic of Kenya that have not actually been compromised by the regime of President William Ruto. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's up. I would love to hear your take in regards to this matter. Leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember to subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.